Oh, hey there. Well, as your resident bitch in therapy, I've got to say, I never thought I'd see the day where I saw anybody talk about therapy, especially black people. So I guess like Monique, I didn't really understand whatever the drama was happening with her and DL Hugley. It didn't make any sense to me. They both seemed like they were saying weird shit when they're both on a comedy tour or something. So I really didn't pay attention to that. Like the reason I never thought DL Hughley was funny, so you've never heard me talk about any of his stand up. if that's not clear. Like to me he's not a funny comedian. Not the point though. I did appreciate what he said about basically like some of the commentary he has on politics, right? And being a black male adult. I just appreciate his perspective because none of the others seem to have a fucking clue at all. So just the fact that there's one who's like kind of on the road to autonomy, I support that. So I still stand by that. But I guess like I don't know how this went from something that was about stand-up comedy to all of a sudden like Monique now talking about him as a man in society. So there's a couple different issues here. So we've got to go like issue by issue. So the one issue that probably takes precedence is like DL Hughley making all these claims that like he was giving Monique a chance. And I didn't understand that either. I was kind of wondering like the last time I checked, DL Hughley does not have a production company and is in a position to make hiring decisions. I was confused about it too, but that's what I'm saying. It didn't make any sense to me, so I clicked off. But she clarified in the video. She was like, yeah, this nigga's broke and he does not. The promoter is the one that hired me. It wasn't him. That sounds logical to me. She's right. I don't know why he's trying to flip a narrative like he had power to make hiring decisions. He didn't, so that's weird for him to say. Anyway, so okay. But then something else, like I'm not sure what the issue is with everybody digging up dirt about everyone else, but I do know that there's some issues that look like kind of came up. So virtually Monique starts talking about the fact that DL Hughley did not protect his daughter because his daughter was like abused by one of DL Hughley's friends or something, and he didn't believe his daughter because I don't know, he didn't believe his daughter because he trusted the friend or some shit. So y'all have seen all my videos on this topic. I've been talking about this for quite a while actually now. Like black children are basically being abused. I don't know another way to say that. And abuse in childhood has this like really toxic negative effect on your ability to like develop as a full human. And it's like it's really weird because like for some reason I don't know what type of like monsters like think that this is like a good thing, but they're just predators, man. They prey on like literal children. And even though, so I went back, so I watched the interview that DL Hugley posted, and he's like, it's just like we have normalized, well, not we, let me like remove myself from the toxic shit. I am in trauma therapy. All right, we're in session number 5. Like, yeah, I've been here for the ride, so we don't need to go back. I don't know what the niggers are talking about. It's a lot of bullshit. People aren't, I don't know. So many dudes I talked to last year, I told y'all they were getting raped by all type of family members, aunts, cousins, mothers, grandmas, all type of crazy shit. You can just be like, I have never heard of this in life. I would just listen. Y'all know I'm a good listening ear, so I was like, oh, yes. Okay, like that's some way. And I would just go back and journal, talk to my own therapist about it. Because I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like, some people be normalizing some, like, really fucked up behavior. And you're just like, what? Like, don't get me wrong. I've had my own fair share, okay, of, like, trauma in adulthood. Mostly just because, like, men are just toxic. They play power games for pussy, okay? That's what it is. There's not really two things. They play power games for pussy, and they want like that. That's the bare minimum. But then there's like a hierarchy, right? It's like any pussy at all, and like as you get prettier and prettier, they'll do like more things for it, but it gets tricky, right? Because when you get to the top, it's like a rainbow of beautiful women. They don't only look like Paris Hilton or something, or even Kim Kardashian. There's like quite a broad range of like really attractive women, and they come in all colors and shapes and sizes and shit. So we know that because we all got Instagram now, right? But for some reason, you know, there's society, right? Because like society hates black women. Because like we can't sit here and say like Kim Kardashian was like the first person to do like really exploitative shit for like rappers. Because like, yeah, like Khadija made that video that was really about, you know, the video vixen, and Karen Steffens had that book a while ago. Now the reason I had to like make some real clear distinctions, like some people have this idea, they're just like, ooh, the brown pretty ones, ooh, they act like this, like we're all not the same. And also like some of you dusty dudes have like missed the memo, because like most of us have been watching Lori Harvey and Rihanna toss y'all like coins. Okay, these bitches wrote a whole playbook. They're just like day by day, it was exactly what they did. It was just kind of like, are you, and then we had like Beyonce, now we've got like Normani and Chloe. I mean, it's just kind of like at this, and Meg the Stallion, Doja Cat, it's Latanya, Sweetie. it's just kind of like Lotto. We've got Bia. Fucking like there was somebody it was Bia. That's who was coming to mind. But like Cardi B. Okay, there is just a playbook of bitches who have been like really just getting on. Okay, the clapbacks are here to stay. And I just decided to make my own YouTube channel of clapbacks because like I don't like when other people tell my story. Like also don't try to move like me, because like I'm telling you, I move quick and I move swiftly. And you miss a fact, you miss an Instagram account, you may have the whole story fucked up. I have fact checkers. That's how I roll. I always keep 1 or 2 fact checkers who take screenshots. So when we disappear, we can always come back with receipts. So make sure you do your work. Make sure you tell your dirt, but you can't tell mine. I already told. So just make sure, you know, just go live your life. Live your best life. Whatever that means for you. But like for me personally, I have realized for a while that these men are just fuck boys. Maybe I'll have to make a whole definition about what a fuck boy is. Actually, just go look at my thirst trap video. Unfortunately, maybe more of those people on the list are fuck boys than I care to say. Oh, so I had a point here though. So I was going back to Monique, right? And Monique basically explaining that, so Monique is explaining that she does not see how basically DL Hugley is coming on trying to be this like upstanding person basically when he's got a whole bunch of dirt himself, where his own child is being, his own female daughter is being molested and he didn't do shit. And so, yeah, that's like a really big thing. Like, you can't really function in civil society as a man when your own children are being raped. Like, that's completely unacceptable. Definitely crosses the line of, like, political correctness. So, yes, like, DL Hugley has his own, you know, explanations and sort of, like, battle with, we'll call it, like, male society in America, because, like, that shit is unacceptable. That behavior doesn't fly, because like if the men in your circle commit that type of behavior, now the problem is somebody else's daughter is now at risk, because like you have like basically you've dirtied the fountain. But while we were all trying to be really civil, as soon as you enter the equation, all of a sudden now you hang around predators. And if you let it happen to your own daughter, it could happen to my daughter, to someone else's daughter. And we, like, most people actually, like, outside of Black America, most people actually want to live in a better society. So, like, that's not acceptable. Like, the predators go to jail. Except in the Black community, people are like, we don't want to talk about it. Secret, don't tell, nobody tell. Well, when nobody tells, then the predators just keep going. They find somebody else and tell, then they go to children, right? Now you have his own daughter. Like, DL Hugley needs to be talking about therapy. He need to be on the red table. Like, DL, you need to call Jada, homie. Like, you need to be on that therapy session. You need to, the STARE therapy method. Trauma therapy is real. Did he pay for trauma therapy for his daughter? Like, what? He should really be addressing this. Yes, he's been called out. Your card has been pulled, DL. Can't sit at the man table anymore. You might get converted to the little boy table. That is nigger behavior. You see, like, they got a whole bunch of shit going on with their own families. Like, their own. He also mentioned quite a few things and he normalized them. He was like, growing up, he lived next door to a guy who was raping his daughter for years and years and years, and then they finally found out and he went to jail or something. That's the type of people that he lives around. And I've said this before, in Black and brown communities, that shit is like really common. It'll be like the adults around the children that are like doing this shit, and it's just like mad. It'll be like, there's no way, like fathers. It's not a father. That's not a father. Those are just rapers. If you watch the video I made about equity and equality, that's one of the biggest issues, like, especially in the Latino community. Like, nobody wants to talk about it because everybody wants to be like, oh, we care about immigration or whatever, but these are little girls who are going to school, and little boys too. This is not a joke. Like, I didn't make this up. I learned it when I watched the video. Like, I watched the video and I was like, no fucking way. And then I like started like watching more videos by the guy, like Jeff Duncan. And he's like, no, this is a real issue. And he's been working in the community for 14 years, so he would know, right? Like, so yeah, he was saying the students are coming to school and their own family members or fathers or uncles are raping them like every day. And they're supposed to be able to like learn. Like, they're not doing any homework at home. Homework? What? Like, they're literally going home every day and being raped. I think some people like were wondering for a while like why I'm basically just getting a YouTube channel. I guess it's for some of you guys to get to know like what I do at home. Like, I've always been that person. I just like watching content and having laughs. I basically watch a video, share it with a friend, and we like laugh about it. Or I'll just comment, because now there's like Seren had the like live stream community for a while. The bee's big, so we'll do that, or Discord channels. It's really fun getting involved with the K-pop groups. They've been popping for a while, but some of y'all just haven't been paying attention. That's why when Lisa popped, we all knew, because like Lisa has been on the rise for a while. We're like, yay! But yeah, I think I'm glad that maybe some people in the Black community basically are starting to speak up. That's my point. And I don't know, I guess I could be, or I'm hopeless for somebody. I can be like an example of like a Black girl in therapy. I'll be the Black one with the Khalees hair. I'm gonna be that. Which is when I figured like maybe I can go to, Berlin and try to do some sort of residency where I could actually make some content around my own story, because clearly like it's not appreciated in America. But also the weird part about it is I feel like people think I have a similar story to like Karen Steffens or what's her name? The other video vixen. I am not a video vixen. As you've seen, I haven't been in no videos. Also, I haven't dated no rappers. I don't date rappers or basketball players. I think they're awful. They've been like notoriously awful for a very long time, and it's just so clear. Like, they like hate Black women. Like, it's like they almost like love like Meg the Stallion, and like the idea, like they love every single thing about her. They like her look. They like her body. They like all the things about it. Like, they love it, but they just refuse to like just pick one woman and marry her. They just refuse. And then so now it's just kind of funny, because like I feel like most of the Black women with brains have been like, oh, okay, like they don't really love me. Let me just go find someone else who does. And now they've all done that. And now, unfortunately, these sports player guys they keep trying to make the face of like sluttiness and sex exploitation Black, but it's actually not, unfortunately. It's like all of these other women of color and Karens, really. Like, Karens have been the official basketball hoes for quite a while, and we've like all known it. just, I can speak for myself as a person who like grew up where my brother was like dating a warrior girl, and just the type of shit that I saw growing up, I was like, that is very sus. That is very sketch. It was just like, I don't know much, but I know that that's probably a bit too toxic for me. So I don't personally know, but at the same time, it probably would have been more healthy to like at the rate basically everyone else in society is going, like the other people, the other men in society who are like not the sports players are just as bad. So it's not like better. You know, it's like it's kind of like the same. That's why like fuckboy is a term. And you can't even say like sports player, or it's like literally so many dudes are fuckboys. Like they could have money, they could not have money, they could have kind of money, they could be like up or down, they could be black or white or Hispanic or Italian. Like it's just like they could be anything, and they're just fuckboys. It's just what they are. They could be Muslim, they could be like Arabian. It's just it's the culture. It's the times and the culture. Okay, there's fuck boys, there's fuck girls, there's OnlyFans. Okay, there's like, I don't know what to say, man. There's just so much. It's all out there. This is not a time where there's like some one book or whatever, and it's all like, oh my god, we all told the secrets. No, everybody's telling the secrets on like Instagram Live, bro. Like we all know. We all know. None of us are confused. Like the days of selling secrets are kind of over, just because there's so many. There's just so many stories. There's so many stories. We can't even keep up with all the stories, which is why a lot of people have gotten off of Instagram, period. Because what some of you guys have failed to realize is that, like, girls are really good at putting up a profile of, like, innocence on Instagram. Okay, where you guys are also seeing, like, a girl could literally be at the beach in just, like, a swimsuit, and you're like, she's a hoe. Like, a girl wears a skirt, she's a hoe. That's not really how that works. And there's also, like, fully clothed prostitutes. Like, it's like, so you can't really like look at, the only way to know is basically to know, right? Like if you literally paid for pussy, then you got with a prostitute. If you didn't, then you didn't. Like hooking up with someone is hooking up with someone. If no money was exchanged during the sex, then that's not prostitution. Oh God, it's a very strange society, and I think that, you know, it's probably much more useful to just really dial some shit back and probably abstain from sex. Like that's what I'm doing, right? Just abstaining has been, well, like, yeah, it's gotta be like 4 months or something now. Like, yeah, it's so political. Like it's so toxic. And it's exhausting because it's just like, I don't really like any of these guys. Like, well, it's not like that many guys, but I'm just saying, like, the guys out there aren't very nice. They're not even that cute. And they don't even have very much money. It's like they're not offering anything. They're like bringing nothing to the table. And then everybody's like a scammer. So it's just, man, I don't even know. I think I don't know how to date. Like even if I had a kind of, you know, footprint or something, I know how to sneak, right? Which is basically just like getting on Bumble and then going to dinner with people. I was doing that. But it got to be like, I don't really know. Like even that was kind of like, oh, jeez. Yeah, it's a lot.